Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the NECA Friday the 13th Comicon exclusive of 2013, NES Jason. Spot would like to thank one of the viewers that were very nice enough to send this my way, as unfortunately Spot had such a tough time finding this figure. This would also be the reason why Spot has delayed getting this figure reviewed, but he was very nice to send it my way. You know who you are. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice of you. The front of the box is a reproduction of the original NES Friday the 13th game cartridge box. Even right down below, instead of official Nintendo seal of quality, they've actually put NECA there, which is a nice touch. Ages 17 and up, Power Play series on the side. Destroy Jason if you can. The packaging, aside from having what looks to be Part 7, New Blood Jason feature on the front, but the packaging is something I want to comment on. They've got this nice aged box. It's brand new, but the box itself, they've made it so it looks like it's been aged and it's old and the sides have been kind of worn away. Even the box itself looks like it's been, you've almost found it in an attic somewhere. Extremely nice touch. NECA and Real Toys indicated down below. And on the back of the package, features a glowing mask, glowing weapons, and hideous face. It all takes place out in Crystal Lake, that pleasant little camp where happy children of all ages go to spend a fun-filled summer. But summer will be different. The fun will have to wait. Jason has decided to come to camp, and terror is the only game they'll be playing. Don't think that hiding in your cabin or staying adrift in a canoe will keep you safe. The only way you'll survive this summer is to challenge Jason face to face and destroy him. Don't worry that it hasn't been done before. There's always a first time. Well, not always. And also inside the packaging there is a flap. It says, "You and your friends are dead. Game over." Spot never owned this game, but played it a lot at his friend's house. Never did very well, to be honest. And inside the package there is Jason with axe, depicted in one of the scenes where in the game you'd be going through the maze of the cabin until you found, or perhaps did not want to find, Jason. And then you had this 8-bit room with the wood panels. That actually kind of looks like my parents' basement. And then up at the top it says children, 15. It's got the life bar, current weapon. What I am going to do is I'm going to take a break, going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the NES Jason from Comicon exclusive 2013. There's definitely more to come. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. The accessories that come with NES Jason, you'll get yourself an axe, a very simplistic, stylized version of the axe with a singular brown for the handle and an opaque blade or end of axe right there. You'll also get yourself his trusty machete, decked out in the same color scheme, the standard singular brown for the handle, and then the opaque blade. A nice touch. Certainly a nice touch indeed. Having a look at Jason himself, for the most part, I'm actually really excited about this figure. He utilizes, and unfortunately Spot doesn't have him right now present, but he does utilize the Friday the 13th Part 4 Jason mold, decked out in a singular, I would almost want to say it's like a purpley color, almost like a purpley blue in color. It really occupies the majority of the figure from head to toe, really toes and hands being the exception, as his hands and toes are in a lighter blue, similar enough to the axe blade, but more of a blue color, this blue opaque color in his shoes, and then also in his hands. That same coloring is also carried over to his mask, which utilizes that same clear plastic, just decked out in more the blue coloring. Now this would be glow in the dark, so this will light up in low lit situations. You can remove the mask, and the mask, though, even though it's got the glow in the dark piece, it still relies on black straps on the back. To take off his mask, being ever so careful, removing his mask, you can see he does sport the same Friday the 13th Part 4 Jason face. The face is good. I would say it's a shame, though, that understanding the approach that NECA went with the figure, I know they were trying to go for a very stylized version of Jason, but it would have been nice if they had just incorporated a little bit of color in his face. The purple carrying all the way down to the figure is nice enough, but unfortunately it doesn't really have a whole heck of a lot of details. Carrying itself, obviously lending itself to the game, the original 8-bit game, but there really isn't a lot of detail to be said for the figure. I do like the hands. Now I will say though, as much as I like the hands and I like the mask, part of me from remembering like the original game, I think I would have almost liked it if the mask itself wasn't a see-through plastic, but instead a solid colored blue. I understand that they wanted to gear this towards the idea of it being glow-in-the-dark. You got the glow-in-the-dark hands, the feet, the mask itself, but I really would have liked almost if this was just a singular color blue. Almost just a light, well, as it was in the game, just really a light blue, but having a complete matte finish rather than it being the see-through. I like the fact that it's see-through, but being more true to the game, I almost would have preferred if these see-through colors, these opaque pieces on Jason, were more a solid color rather than the see-through. I mean, having it glow in the dark on a shelf really makes the figure look imposing, but to be keeping it accurate to the original 8-bit version of Jason, I think I would have preferred these as more solid colors rather than these see-through colors. Articulation-wise, he would also share the same articulation as the original Jason from Friday the 13th Part 4. His head is on a ball joint. It does move up and down now. I've noticed, having a look at the figure out of package, that a lot of his joints are extremely stiff. So Spot's going to be very careful moving these, because it's not something, obviously, I want to be having any you-know-what's happening. But his head is on a ball joint. It would move up and down, left and right. He has a pin and socket in the shoulders, so his shoulders will move out, or his arms will move out. His arms will move forward and back. He does have a bend in the elbow. You can hear the creaking that is his joints. The arms would rotate back and forth. His arms, or his hands, would rotate and pivot back and forth. Something else too, because he is using the same body, he also has the same rubber torso that makes up the shirt of Jason Voorhees as well. And he has a swivel in the waist, a pivot also in the upper torso, and then his legs go forward, back, out, a bend at the knee, a rotation in the leg, and a rotation in the shoe. Spot's kind of gingerly moving some of the limbs. As you can see, that some of the limbs would take a little bit just to kind of loosen them up. But I don't know if it's the paint perhaps that was used, but something is making these joints really, really stiff. Not a bad thing, but posing him, I would say, if you have the figure and you've opened him up, do be a little careful moving some of these joints, because, you know, the last thing you want to have happen is, well, you know, you don't want to, you know what I mean. Getting the machete into his hand, and even getting it into his hand is a little bit of a hindrance. Oh, yes, no. Oh, no, I broke the blade. I'm going to have to glue that back on. Exactly my point with using clear plastic. Oh well, I'll have to definitely glue that back into place. Jason, I really like, but I almost feel as if having him in the straight matte colors especially in the mask and also in the hands, would have made the figure look a little bit better and a little truer to the 80s version, the NES 8-bit version of Jason. As it stands, he's a good collection piece, and he looks really nice on shelf. And unfortunately, the cost of him certainly is going up quite a bit. I don't know if NECA will ever re-release him. I know they are releasing a 8-bit Freddy, which he will be coming out soon enough. Jason I like. As more importantly, I think somebody that grew up in the 80s would probably enjoy this figure more so. Having him in box, I think, is really where the figure shines. You can put him on the shelf along with the other Jasons, but I think the real money, no pun intended, is definitely having him in packaging, where you can at least benefit from having that door of the box open and close. You can still enjoy Jason without necessarily having to take him out of the packaging. Jason, I'm going to give him a 6.5. For the mold-wise, there's nothing really wrong with the mold itself, but he's one of those figures, he's definitely catering towards a very niche market of somebody that probably grew up with the series, or as somebody that wants to collect every single Jason that made up NECA's line. Also, Spot would like to apologize for the fact he broke the blade, but don't worry, a little bit of glue, it'll be good as new. Spot's not likely to sell this guy. He's definitely going to be something that's going to stay in the box, and box-wise, I think I'm going to appreciate him a lot more. I'm not going to lose any sleep by the fact that he's not out on display. I think he looks as equally good in box. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the NECA San Diego Comicon 2013 NES Jason. Thanks for watching, as you always do, guys. And certainly thanks again for the viewer that was nice enough to send this figure my way. He is definitely going to be added to the collection. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's got a lot more videos heading your way. I'll see you guys next time.